ready to talk about the campaign.
Oh,
I want my notes.
well, too bad. We're going. We need some sort of intro. Hello. Oh God.
This is the intro.
Just yes, that's what I need to. I need to get a zoom in on Henrich's face and just that every time. That'd be great. But we're not there yet because the effort hasn't been put in. Really, there's no other reason. All right, so campaign 2. Welcome, lads and lass.
Electric Boogaloo.
What did you just say?
Electric Boogaloo.
Shut up.
I mean, it's required to say.
And
No.
Grant has been kicked.
Yeah, that's why we didn't invite you. Just kidding. So we started in Turin, a very small village on the road south of Arkville. And you guys all met and basically got sent on a quest. Very simple. Not even, I don't even know how to call it a quest. It was really just like, hey, our ale is disappearing. Can you figure out why? I mean,
Man, can we go back to those days?
right though? Like how far have we come, man? What a time to be alive. You guys as characters.
Clarify. It's been over a year. I just figured that out.
Yeah, in like real time, not
Yeah.
in game time,
Yes.
but yeah,
Yeah.
IRL.
We started I
Yeah.
think it was 19th of December.
My
Of
session 0 was
2020?
from the 20th.
Oh, 20th. Okay.
So
Yep. 20th.
since you ran like 3 days sort of like in a row, 19, 20,
Yeah.
somewhere in there.
Yeah. So you guys all went in pairs, started in pairs. That was actually kind of fun. Especially because
the
it never
actual
stayed that way. Which is cool.
First session was 20,
It was okay.
12, 20.
Nice. Yeah, do you think anyone is I guess vastly different than what was first perceived? I guess that was my like opening talking
like
point.
character-wise?
Yeah, just like based on first impression, or I guess just like the first couple sessions and how you thought they were gonna be.
Well, right now, Vorjak and Vesper look a lot different.
Well, that's a whole nother thing.
That's different.
But not counting that, I guess like, so we're not gonna talk through the whole campaign. It was gonna be part 1, the recap. But yeah, just
I think Atticus has come a lot more like
deep.
empathetic and
Oh, true.
like yeah, like just like Benjamin as Atticus and also Atticus as himself just have found their rhythm.
I
Like a
agree.
fully deep character.
I
Well,
really
at first
think
he was a little shallow and kind of just like this is everything I am, just threw it on the table. It was like now he's
Right.
actually adding substance to it.
I think Atticus has really come like a long way, for sure.
True. What about you guys' own characters? I guess Grant and the time you had Vorjak. How far do you think they came, or like how different from session 1 do you think they are, or like session 0 even, or just like in the planning phase? You kind of had this idea, like who this person's gonna be.
I think he was exactly who I expected from the start, and kind of worked the way up. But if he stayed around longer, there's gonna be character growth potential stuff in there.
True. Yeah, that one's a little bit
Do you
harder
think
to.
we'll like ever see Vorjak again?
Again?
Like under the control of Grant, not the DM.
Definitely possible.
I can see it happening.
He's got to win his fights.
I just want
True.
to hit swing 6 times in one round, mainly. So
Well,
we have to do it times. Or
That'd-
7 because I have a bonus action.
that'd be interesting. All right, so yeah, I guess from there you guys basically went southeast, basically, and you guys found another town. Well, you found some bandits along the way, I guess, but that wasn't really notable enough. You found Akron, yeah.
Ohio.
Akron?
Ohio. Yeah.
Ohio.
You found Ohio. There it was, west of Trade Point. Well, there's nothing on the map, so it's about right. But yeah, a bit of a larger city. And you guys were, I don't want to say employed, but like loosely employed by the Davenbeards, a rich family who has their castle
Hmm.
there.
By
Hi,
Grant.
Oh, and he's gone. That's okay. He'll come back. And also met Tim through that job.
Fucking Tim.
Hi, Grant.
Welcome out. So yeah. What do you guys think about that?
I think that's when we first met Go's dad.
Oh, true.
And
True.
I'm
Yeah.
really interested to see if that like comes up again, especially now that we're moving towards like Port O'Hare and like this mission that he's set Go on.
Mm-hmm. He had to go
Um,
talk to Mr. Dingleberry.
Also, jury's still out on whether Tim is a good person or a bad person.
I think we've seen him in total 3 times now.
Twice? Oh, am I
3
missing a
times.
third?
2?
I
Was
only
this
can
2?
recount 2.
There was one in the
Oh,
hills.
this time, and then the time where he was talking to the like elf guy.
Yeah, those are the 2 I remember, but for some reason I thought there was another one in between. Maybe not. Only 2
There was
times.
like another guy named Tim, but it wasn't the same Tim.
There was another person in the world named Tim. Suspicious.
It really is.
Sure. So Henrich, any thoughts on the first impression of meeting your father? Like Henrich meeting Gozek's father, I guess.
Um, I mean, we kind of laid out the relationship beforehand, but it was always, it's always interesting to actually go in and kind of try to explore and potentially grow that relationship when you've pretty much only had things written beforehand. Like, you've never
Sure.
had that actual interaction.
I think it's always really weird to like write yourself NPCs and then like when you interact with them, it's like I wrote this, but someone else is like giving life to it.
True. True. I'm excited to see what happens to. I'm excited to. Well, okay. 2 things. I'm excited to use him again at some point. I mean, I'm sure, it'll happen. But the second thing, I am not excited to try to do another German accent because I cannot do it very well at all.
Well, it's
Every
pretty
time.
easy. You just kind of have to,
Yeah, but the thing
make
is
the words sound like the words.
I've mocked French so much that every time I try to do anything even remotely close to it, it just slides back into French every time.
You
Maybe
mock
you
the
should
French
just
so
not do
much.
that.
That's the most German
Yeah.
thing you could do is mock the French.
True.
I mock the French so much I can't do German. No, it's inside of you. You just have to let it out.
I just have to turn Z's into S's and like a few other little tiny things like that, I think. But anyway,
To really pronounce your consonants.
yeah. I gotta watch more Mandalorian so I can get the Gozak's inspiration.
The Werner
Yeah,
Herzog.
the Herzog inspo. He's not even there for that much, but I just rewatched the one episode over and over. I want to see the baby.
Want to see the
God.
baby.
Anyway, so yeah, you guys go out and find like an asteroid essentially.
Oh
And
yeah, because Zoo gets his armor then, or the thing to power his armor.
yeah, you guys, he essentially like kind of barters for the small piece, kind of in a way, which is something that HB and I had hoped to do, kind of, was to like give him a reason not to just be like, and it works at level 3, which so it was nice that it kind of worked out. I think wait, did he actually end up getting the bigger piece? I can't remember. I feel like there was like a weird thing where it happened a little bit differently than I was expecting.
Yeah, we ended up with a bigger piece.
Okay, that's what it was. All right.
And
Yeah.
we gave them we
But you gave
I
the
think
small one to Tim, I think it was.
we gave the small one to Tim and we told the Davenbeards, hey, it was just weird this asteroid came down.
We got 360 gold from it from Tim, by the way. In case anyone was curious.
Nice. Yeah, so you guys did that. And then you left and
Trade
headed
point.
south. No. Right? Wasn't it south first? Oh, I guess trade point. Yeah, stopover.
Went to Trade Point, then we went south to the hot springs.
That's right. Sorry. Yeah, you guys went to Trade Point
Yeah.
for the day of duels, wherein everyone did something. Generally, I mean, Vesper. I don't think you fought, but you kind of did your halftime show.
Yeah. I mean, Vesper's not really like
Oh yeah.
built for combat, let's be honest.
Yeah.
So
No, it's I get it. I wasn't like trying to, but yeah. So most of you guys were fighting, I think, and pretty much everyone did fairly well at least. Atticus maybe not as much, but
I think I lost a lot of money because I like bet on Go and then Go got just like
yeah, go.
obliterated.
That was
Lost a jet.
that was a Henrich moment of just rolling so goddamn low. That doesn't even matter what I do.
It was some shit. That's what it was.
But I guess what do you guys think? Where do you think Jet's at?
Oh,
A hole in the
Jet.
ground.
He has a special place in my heart, even though he's an ass.
Why?
No.
At least he didn't leave a rebellion yet, so.
I don't know. He was like the first person I tried to like actively seduce, and it just did not go well.
Yeah, he was a little closed off. That's true.
But then like Vorjak like found an in.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
he threw fucking Zoot under the bus. He didn't like that we were getting information on Jet and giving it to him or to Zoot, so he wanted to like level the playing field. So he gave Jet information for a fair fight.
That's right. But no one ended up winning. I kind of wish you guys had won because that would have been fun. But although you did end up with a weapon, I guess.
Vorjak did get like a
Yeah.
cool ass glaive.
Which in hindsight, Jet,
It's
you know,
the first like magical weapon of the campaign.
Magical.
I mean, essentially, it technically wasn't magical, yeah, but I mean, it was a +1 based on the material. So, like, basically it was. I think so, at least.
But it was even better because when you have an artificer, he could have made it a +1 weapon or a magical weapon on top of that.
It's true. Then
As if
Vorjak
your
left.
artificer actually does anything.
Alright.
Got
And
him.
we walk forward past that. So you guys, now you leave south. Yeah, sorry. I don't know. I was looking at the map. And a few things here and there on the way. You guys run into the first scooter.
Yeah, before we go though, we have our first encounter with like Holt Huxley, and that's when we like totally like dropped the ball on our stealth rolls.
Was
Also
it?
where we broke bad.
Yeah.
I thought that was after.
I have
I thought
our
we just heard
snatcher
about it.
stick out following the day of duels, and then sand in the bucket. So
Oh, sand the bucket. Man. Missed opportunity for the greatest stream title in the world.
you know.
This is so unlucky. Anyway, or episode title, I guess, not stream title. Stream titles doesn't fucking matter.
Oh yeah, we did do it then.
It was before. Wow. Yeah, you're right. I for some reason didn't have that doc open. I missed every single one except for, or I got every single one except for that one. Yeah, true. So we rewind. We do not walk south. Was it Vorjak that found the sheriff, or
No, because the
was
sheriff
that?
like walked into Charles Chap's salon while we were all just chilling.
That's right. Yeah. Yeah, I think it was because he had kind of like seen or heard about you guys during the fighting, and he was realized you guys were all together. So I was like, oh well, these people that are all fighting pretty well probably would be okay at this job. And he kind of tells you about Holt Huxley.
We add in that he didn't expect anyone to show up because he's an asshole.
Who, the sheriff?
Yeah,
He just-
right.
Yeah, he just gave us that job thinking no one was gonna show up and didn't think it was the right place. Just
Right.
so everyone else could do it.
Oh yeah, yeah. It was a bit of a test. He kind of tells you to go watch a location that was a dead location. Well, he thought it was a dead location. Just because he wanted to see if you'd actually do it. But it wasn't. But it wasn't a dead location. There was people that showed up, and then yeah, you guys did kind of fuck it up. with just god awful stealth rolls. And also, kind of realized that Holt Huxley was maybe not an easy target. He's a notorious river pirate, so not really that surprising, but still. Holt Huxley and the current riders.
This was the same session where we found out how old Atticus and Zoot were,
True, I did
according
realize
to my notes.
last session that for some reason I had Atticus in my head as being like a bit older than he was, like several decades, to the point where he was maybe 100 years younger than Zoot, when in reality he is less than half the age of Zoot.
Right.
And he's still like 100 years old, the next oldest person almost. Zoot's fucking old, man. What the hell? Fair folk. Anyway. So, recently, we don't need to discuss exactly what happened recently, but any thoughts on Holt Huxley? On the fight that we'll get to later, maybe? No, we won't talk about that yet. But just Holt in general, the day of duels. I mean, we haven't had another PvP thing since then.
True.
Henry.
More
Duels
like
are very-
PvNP.
Well, I mean, people
Days
had the
Duels
potential
are-
to fight each other.
Right.
Yeah, the Days and Duels is one of the first times we've ever fought other like human characters in like a fight like that, like open area.
That's so hard to balance as a
With-
DM. Sorry,
yeah,
I just
where
have to
where
like.
where fighters actually like
hard.
could win, even if it took some luck or magic users and stuff like that. I thought it was fun.
Well, it
That's my
definitely like started because like Prospero and Vesper were the only people who didn't fight, and it definitely started the thing between like Vorjak and Prospero that ultimately led to Vorjak almost dying.
I mean, that was there, right? Or was that later on?
I don't remember if it was there or not,
That
but
was at the drilling pools.
it was okay.
Hmm.
Well, yeah, but essentially, Prospero was fed up with your attitude, and I think kind of like you were maybe like bragging about being good at fighting or whatever, and he kind of put you down with a crit. That was it. Was
No,
one damage
that
away
was-
from dying, wasn't it?
Right.
Yeah, it was almost a
Mhm.
straight up 100%. Because it knocked me
Amazing.
down. It was almost a full kill.
Amazing.
Yeah. It wasn't. It wasn't Vorjak like bragging about the fighting. It was Vorjak trying to get Prospero to
Oh, to join. That's right.
actually
Yeah.
want to
Do
fight.
something.
Yeah. That's right.
Like he was always standing in the back, kind of scared, and it's like you're like I think Prospero's like 7 feet tall, giant.
But yeah,
Well,
something
He's
like
not
that.
that.
person.
No, he's pretty big. I
Is
think
he that
he's.
tall?
He's
And
big, but he's
hot
not
as
7 foot.
hell.
Okay, and very athletic looking and hot as hell. And
The perception of height in our group is skewed because the
Mm.
average height is like 5'6".
That's true.
I thought Prospero was very
Prospero's 7 feet.
tall though, like even
Is
outside.
he
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
actually?
Yeah, he's like here.
Yeah.
He's like 2 feet taller than Vesper.
Well, I think Atticus Go and Prospero are all pretty tall.
Because I remember us talking in the
Oh.
session about who was
There
taller
it goes.
and was that a robot?
The first
Yep.
half, yeah.
It was a conversation about Vorjak versus Prospero, who was taller, and Vorjak was like 7 feet tall. But either way, it was like a big person that looks like they should fight, has armor and weapons and stuff, and that was always standing in the back and going, "No, we shouldn't fight anything and anyone."
True. He's got a
That's
lot
where
more
it started. It
sassy.
wasn't like yeah, Vorjak completely let Prospero get the first swing. He wasn't like trying to do anything. She was just trying to get Prospero to do something.
True. So you guys get a bit of information on Holt. Like a little bit less than you'd hope for, maybe. After the stakeout, a little bit better than like the second time, I guess maybe is the way to say it. But then you head south, pursuing the lead. I guess not really lead. I think Prosper just kind of looked it up, found the existence of the geothermal features down in the rough ridges, the basically like national park. I guess it's called a Rough Ridge Geothermal Reserve, but essentially it's like a natural park, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, you guys have a few encounters on the way down. A few interesting things like Norbu, who gave you guys some strange
Norbu.
dreams. What do you say?
I was gonna say Norbu. What fucking random character that was.
It was very weird. And I was excited to see who would get the dreams that.
So, like, want to know what everyone else's dreams would have been.
Oh, I have them.
I know you do.
They're top secret.
Hmm.
You'll never know. Not really. But yeah, you guys keep heading down, where you kind of meet the crossroads. Have a few encounters on the way west, I suppose. I think there were some giants in there. Yeah, hill giants. But eventually make it, and pretty much.
Well, there's the whole slaver incident
Yeah,
on
that's
the
true.
way.
That's true. Was that on the way? Oh, I was thinking it was on the way back. That's why I didn't say it yet.
That was on the way, yeah.
Yeah, a little bit of Vorjak is unlocked, and he goes out and starts fighting, and a whole fight goes on after
also-
the bucket.
Same as a bucket.
Great.
There's also Scooter Part 1, who
Yeah.
was the guy with the wheelbarrow.
Yeah.
Not to be confused with Scooter the sandwich guy.
He was an interesting character, shall we say? It was his mobile cooker, which was just a wheelbarrow that he cooked in. Oh God, what a guy! What a fucking guy! That guy was a lot better of a cook. We'll say that than second Scooter, because that guy could make rat taste really good. Second Scooter could not even make a sandwich taste really good. But yeah.
So he says.
I mean, I'm pretty sure, was it Atticus or it doesn't matter. That happened later. So you guys make it to the reserve, as I said. You guys basically look around the reserve for whatever's going on. Any intriguing details that stuck with you?
My note says that Prospero casts detect good and evil. The water is quote unquote evil.
That's true. That's true. It was supposedly. I mean, I don't really know how that works, but here we are. There was a blight rock, a blight stone in the water that was making it not so great, making it like sludge.
That Zoot took possession of.
Yep.
Sure.
But did we find the Blightstone before or after we fought Ostium's skeleton dude?
I think it was before.
We got the Blightstone when we fought the decaying buffalo thing.
Yeah, the buffalo that had been drinking out of the sludge water.
Right.
That was all fucky. That buffalo didn't get to do shit. They got tripped, and then it was over.
Borjak for the win.
It's a classic. It's a classic. Yeah. I mean, you guys. So you fought that, all that good stuff. And then, like you said, you did find the stone. And then there was the caves on the far end of the reserve that you guys went through a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing too terribly interesting until the end, where you guys found, this just like a little cave, and there's just some weird dude essentially sitting in the back of it. This like kind of skeletal guy. Turns out he's got Vesper's new bling on his person. Bit of a ostium priest, blight priest was the term that was used. So are you surprised that hasn't come back up? The whole ring thing?
I don't know about the ring thing, but like,
Or just ostium, I guess.
every single fucking session, I'm like, Ostium's gonna show up. Like, it's always in the back of my mind.
Well, didn't the
It's
ring
a
merge
classic.
in with Atticus's wand?
No, we gave the ring. I mean, obviously, so this comes later, but we gave the ring to the like serpent naga in the
Exchange for the horn, I believe.
Oh yeah,
Right.
yeah.
We were like, this is as good a place to protect it as any, I guess. But like, I mean, Ostium just seems like the kind of bitch who would hold a grudge. So I'm, you know, maybe she'll crash Vesper's vacation. Who knows?
Who knows? Maybe. True. True. But
Taking
yeah,
the DM ideas is never a good idea, Mom.
there's nothing wrong with that. You guys defeat the priest. Like us. Steal a ring. Take the ring, whatever. Vesper now has the ability to use Blight and also has a voice in her head.
Nope, it wasn't Blight. It was Bane.
Bane,
But
sorry.
yep.
I was looking at the word Blight right as I said
Dude, imagine if I got Blight at like what level
it.
4
level
or
3.
something.
Right, fresh in level 4, yeah. That would have been good.
I would have never given up that ring.
Oh no. Yes, you get the ability is Bane, and you also have someone now speaking in your ear, which is just wonderful. We need more of that, really. It was great. It was a good time. But you guys left, heading back all the way to Trade Point. Oh, that's when the hill giant. It was on the way back when the hill giants was there. Just a little bit of a hill giant encounter. I think there might have been an inkling of some sort of "do we need to kill them" conversation that we have every so often. I believe. I don't know.
No, that was a little different one. That wasn't do we need to kill them. That was Rorschach wanting to go hunt them down.
But yeah,
And
Because
everyone going
Rorschach
like,
just like
they're,
ran
they're hill
after
giants.
them for an hour.
And everyone else is like, they're hill giants. We're not going to be able to kill them. They're going to kill us. And Rorschach's like, to battle, you say?
yes, indeed. Oh, I just zoomed all the way out. I'm trolling. Yeah. And then you guys have a little more time in the tavern at the crossroads before heading back up north. That was when you guys stopped for the
This
day.
was when Prospero got robbed, right?
Yeah, you stopped in the Green Beacon Pub and Tav to play some games for the holiday. And yeah, Prospero got robbed. That was a good time, of course. I mean, it was, but it wasn't. Some stuff happened there, but that's okay.
I mean, that's generally what happens.
Some stuff and things, yeah. Well, I mean, like, you know, it was a bit of a miscommunication, I guess is what happened.
This was like the first time the multiverse entered into the
That's
into the campaign.
a little bit, yeah, a little bit. But you got stolen from. Eventually got it back. Pretty much. Yeah.
Guys, I just found Holt Huxley's wanted poster, and I just want to say that he was worth 300 gold dead or 500 gold alive, so Vesper's really killing it.
True.
We can talk about Vesper and Hold Huxley. That's coming up.
So you guys continue north after that whole encounter. And
Oh, we met Lee June.
yeah. See, that's why I was thinking Legion was part of the sneaky thing, but maybe that was.
Well, because there was sneaky thing like part 2.
I think it was just the first time. I think was just the stakeout. I don't think you did the sneaky thing by the water until now. Pretty sure it was just a stakeout. Yeah. But yeah, you guys came back into town in Trade Point. I think you did a little hanging out. Oh, there was a gypsy too, or maybe,
Yeah, Miss Simza.
yeah. That was very interesting to play out. It's just making all that shit up and doing
I was
some.
so impressed with that, just like in the moment. You did such a good job with that.
I was impressed with myself, to be honest, because I've never done anything like that before. But it was really enjoyable. I wanted it again. That was the reason I put tarot cards on my Christmas list. But that's not really relevant. But yes, you guys do meet Lee Jun, who turns out to be just someone passing through. Wink, wink. And she wanted to help you guys, and she did. And you guys were not vibing with her very well, apparently at the time. But she goes with you to go essentially spy on Holt Huxley, or try to like track him down, I guess maybe is a better way to say it. Oh, I guess this is the first mention of Black Bill as well during this time. There's a
Yeah,
job
I'm
board,
just looking through all of. Oh
I think. Maybe it was later.
no,
JK,
because
who's Black
Black
Bill?
Bill was like very, very like ostium oriented.
Mm.
So like, I have my first conversation, like real conversation with her, where she's like, "Buy all these poisons," and I spent literally like every cent I have to my name at that point.
Which wasn't a lot, to be fair.
It wasn't a lot, but it was everything to
Uh,
buy poison.
I mean, you gotta commit yourself to your new goddess. No. So you got a time of when Holt Huxley was coming to town, or like I'm pretty sure the sheriff basically was like, I believe he's coming now, based on what I've heard.
Right.
So you go out to watch, and that's when you guys were doing some real sick, nasty stealth rolls. Where I think there was one which was double digits, and I'm pretty sure it was Legion. And it was like an 11. Everyone else was single digits.
That sounds
My
about right.
notes specifically say everything goes to hell because we rolled capital shit, like all uppercase letters
Yep.
on stealth.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's how that went. Has anything ever gone that poorly? Like in either campaign?
I mean, the end of the first campaign for sure is up
Well,
there.
but at least that was successful
Was it?
in the long run. I don't know. Discuss. You have three of you right here. Why don't you guys vote it out? Which one was worse?
I mean, in my opinion, it was almost successful. It wasn't a dumpster fire.
Right.
Like I was one
Okay.
point away from having someone, in the camp maybe being able to find something out.
Yeah.
But 18 is greater than 17. So
True.
that didn't work out.
I think this was the first time that we rolled in such a way that as an entire group that everything went wrong. Even if it
Right.
didn't have the biggest impact in the world.
True.
It wasn't one person having an issue. This was like the entirety of the group all rolling to shit while having a complaint and stuff and everything going out the window.
Right.
Yeah,
Like
sure.
usually we're like kind of like, oh, we have this and this is our backup plan or whatever. But I think
We
that was
still
one of the first like gods decided we were fucked. Oh.
like ended up, maybe by the grace of the DM, like capturing that the goblin. Go, by the way,
Yeah.
was the goblin's name.
Yeah, there was a
Yeah.
goblin who was like essentially delivering a package to
Right.
Holt. So you captured him because he was pathetic and just a delivery boy, but Holt, I don't even think he made it to the shore or like just
No,
on the
they
shore or something like that.
they like came and then they were
Yeah.
like, no, bye.
Yeah, because you guys were essentially doing the like rustling in the bushes while you're hiding kind of thing.
Like, are we
Mhm.
being stealthy?
Yeah.
Do you think he can hear us?
Good times. And that's the gauntlet, I believe, is where you
Right, the
that's where you
goblin. We
got it.
haven't really seen that in a while, but yeah.
Well, he punches with it, but he
Yeah,
hasn't
but
used it for anything because he just punches with it.
he
But
can punch with
yeah, the
it.
Truthbringer Gauntlet, which has the ability to cast Zone Truth and such. That's where you got that. And Zoot has it now on his hand. But I believe you guys kind of like regrouped basically. I
Well,
mean,
we had to go to the like
oh, that's
gate
right.
to get
That's right.
information. We had to go to the
Yep.
Defiant Fowl to
Yeah.
be like, please give us information because we fucked up so bad.
Yeah, the sheriff said that he didn't like it, but he found one person who might know where Holt is hiding, and that's Grimshaw Four Shots Draven at the Defiant Fowl, leader of the Quick Draw gang, who's, I mean, in his own right, pretty notorious as well. And you guys went there. That was pretty interesting. That I would be interested to see how that would have gone down now, Now that you guys have a little more like swagger under your belt, I would say, and just power as well.
Right.
How much different would you say that? Like, especially, I guess, like, I for some reason I'm kind of thinking of Gozak, and just like how terrifying you could be in a situation now. What do you think?
How terrifying I can be in a
Yeah,
situation.
yeah. I'm just thinking of
Elaborate
like,
on that.
well, I don't know. I mean, you have like stronger spells, and you have done a lot more torching of other gang members'
Most
establishments.
recent,
But there's no proof, first of all.
Yeah, but I'm
The-
just curious, like, how you think that might
the
go in your.
recent rat fight taught us that we have what we didn't have before, which is a shit ton of AoE now
Right.
Sure,
and
sure.
high level AoE.
I think everyone had one. Pretty much. Yeah. True. Well, you don't think you would be you don't think you would come out differently now?
I
Doesn't
mean, the spell suggestion definitely is a game
True.
changer.
True.
Just because it's one of those spells that like specifically said it doesn't include that they know they've been had.
Yeah, fair.
So like, I like that. I think that makes it a lot stronger. I mean, with that, definitely, it would have probably changed stuff. I think we probably would have suffered the same as with stealth, trying to go in. We're just not a stealthy group.
Yeah, not terribly. Considering
But
you guys only have one person who really wears armor. Or I guess Prosper has it too. It's two people that wear like heavy armor. Hey, you guys are not terribly stealthy.
I'm like
No, not at
dexterous,
all.
but I just like don't have proficiency in stealth. So like,
Yeah, well that's what I mean. Like it's not like everyone's horrible. You don't really have a particular set of people that are talented at it.
They lack a certain set of skills.
Yes, that indeed. But Grimshaw, you discuss with him and eventually get information, basically.
after we do a jailbreak for him,
Yeah, yeah, well, yeah.
Mhm.
We'll talk about the jailbreak. I mean, it was pretty brief. It was pretty simple.
bananas.
He basically tells you to go back to Trade Point and jailbreak some of his boys, get them out, and then he'll give you the info. And he gives you like a time limit. That was actually pretty fun. I enjoyed that. I do
Plus,
wish it had gone a
oh,
little
go ahead.
differently, but anyway.
It was the first time that I got real information about Queen Charlie. Because it's when I first learned that there were people
right.
like at the mouth of the river in the Wild Range.
True. That is
Mm.
true. I forgot about that. I forgot that was here from that.
Right. I'm
Well,
like, hey, you're a bad guy. You probably know things.
there is stuff happening up
Right.
there. Who knows at this point in time? Level 4. I'm just kidding. So yeah, you bust his boys out with the word banana to sick the dogs off you. Some of my greatest work, really.
It's
You,
quite the
okay,
safe
you have
word.
to tell me, did you have that like word ahead of time, or was that something you
Um,
just like pulled
let's.
off the top of your head?
Well, Control F banana doesn't do anything, so
All
yeah.
right.
I guess I've been had. Yeah. Anyway, um, you make it back in time. And he gives you your info. Tells you there's a spot where Holt Huxley kind of has like a hideout. So you guys head down there. Pretty easy to find. Pretty much. There's not a whole lot in the way. I mean, it's a secret location, so it would be kind of maybe not redundant, but like having a secret location that's also heavily protected doesn't really work together. So it's pretty easy to find. You guys get in, a few puzzles and such. It's just like this tiny little shack essentially next to the water. Couple of weird puzzles, traps, whatever. Before you make it down. Some scorpions, looks like. But ultimately, there is a showdown with Holt Huxley in his hideout.
Base.
I have to be honest, I feel like so far in the campaign, like that fight with Holt Huxley is like one of like my most anxiety-inducing fights. Like I feel like it was the closest
Like
one
the
that we've
hardest? Oh, yeah.
like the closest we've had like in the campaign thus far where I was like legitimately worried for like my allies and myself that we weren't gonna make it out of there.
That's true.
Hmm.
It was pretty
I
close.
will say, it would have been a lot easier to fight if we didn't decide to stand next to the edge of the water while there's
Right.
things that were out of the water.
True.
Right.
That would have helped a lot.
Yeah,
There's
so
like
Yeah.
4 different times where like someone else walked up to the water and got hit off and they got railed, and it's like, yeah, we should stop it.
you guys saw the current riders on their snakes earlier. But
It
Yeah, we
also
definitely
didn't
saw,
help.
like, not them surprising us or
no, I
anything.
know, I
Just
know.
them being there, we still walked up into their faces to fight them.
True.
It also
Like, we should
just like
stop it.
happened that where everyone was like positioned in the room with like our vision turned on. Like Vorjak like happened to be
Mm.
behind a pillar that like no one could see, and so like his health just like chopped to 0, and like no one knew
Yeah,
because no one could see
that's right.
Vorjak.
Yeah.
That was
Or
the
the
reason why
health
we
bar was
switched
near
the
the
health
pillar.
bar over the
Right.
overlapping on the character instead of being in the wall. Which in hindsight
Because
is
I was getting
it's a growing moment.
pinged down by someone that was on the ground that we didn't want to kill or something. Like,
Yeah.
you're just shooting us, we're like, okay, whatever. Just slowly shooting, hit every shot on me. It's like, okay,
Yeah.
I'm down.
But I think you guys dispatched all the current riders, if I remember correctly. I don't think you kept any. I think you killed them all.
Yeah, except for Holt.
Yeah, well, yeah, kept Holt for more money, and because you had him, that was actually a pretty good fight. I do like. I feel like it was
It
considering
was really well balanced, I think. Yeah.
he's like a pretty good. I mean, not like too weird of mechanics. He's mostly just like, I mean, essentially a fighter, with like hand crossbows and stuff. But yeah, you don't. Sometimes it seems like you don't see fights like that are too close. I don't know. That was a fun fight though, because Holt's just finicky as well. But you throw him in jail. Vorjak takes his belt of warding, which I do miss a little bit. I don't know why. It's just a very simple but very fun little item. uh, but you also, yep, my bad. You steal the map off of his wall. The half world map that Atticus has carried around to this day, despite having a full world map. Amazing. And some info, including a picture of one astrolabe.
Yes.
And our mysterious
And the note.
benefactor S.
Yes, a note that says, "Here is your first payment. Continue your work." And there's more of that. Blah blah blah. S.
Mm-hmm.
The mysterious S.
And Go thinks it's his dad.
Henry thinks
Yeah.
it's. No, I'm just kidding.
I
Same
know
thing.
think
Henrik
it's a pretty
Go,
good
but
possibility.
Same thing. Yeah.
right.
It seems like a possibility for sure.
There's also the second letter that we found in the safe that Go works on to crack for like 4 hours. 'Cause
Yeah, that's
we're
right.
just trying to guess the number.
Oh no. The 4-digit
brute
code.
force method.
I can make you a very wealthy man, Holt Huxley. All you have to do is find the people on the list, show them the picture, get all the info you can from them, and don't hold back. I will have a place for you soon. Do not let me down. S.
Another ominous letter from Mr. or Mrs. S. or Miss or
I'm just gonna
S.
say,
Is it?
Vesper's mom also starts with an S.
That is true.
Yeah. But why is
So,
Vesper's mom looking for a hole to the elemental plane of water?
I don't know.
Uh,
Maybe that's the
is
quickest
that
way
what
out of
it
hell.
is? That is a very confusing situation, but
I mean, I've gotten confirmation.
if you say so.
I mean,
Did you confirm it
Oh.
yourself or?
that's never actually come up in campaign, has it?
I don't know.
Goes never once taken off his jacket. Huh.
Nope, not yet.
Okay.
What?
Oh, when Go gets naked, he turns into a water elemental. I don't know if I mentioned that. No,
I'm pretty sure Vesper's seen go naked, so
that is
Not recently.
that's both of those things are true. I don't know if that's ever come up either, but anyway, no.
it's been alluded to
Yeah.
on multiple occasions, but never talked
Next
about.
session,
Yes.
go strip now.
I think it's been all but said directly that
Right.
has happened. Anyway, yes.
Yeah.
So you found some secrets, some info. And the people, by the way, there were a bunch of people in that room as well, which I think was like not exactly making the fight harder, but definitely you couldn't just unleash chaos of
Right, because we were
elemental
trying to
magic.
save people too.
And they seem to be people who either lived on the river or worked on the river or something of that sort. Or out in the ocean. I think it was mostly just like sailors and stuff and people that work with sailors. But yeah. And that's the so far up to trade point, which I don't even know what episode number that was. We still actually, I guess it would have been before. I think that's when we started the stream. I'd have to double check around
I
that
don't
time.
keep track of numbers, but
I do have the
we're
information.
around April 11th right now.
I could find that information. You know, why don't we just check it out? I mean, I guess we should stop where this the thing starts. That seems like a pretty logical way to go about it.
If you say so.
Yeah, so that's actually where it stops because episode 1 was a step into the hills, meaning where you guys left trade point. So yeah, that was basically the story so far, up to that point, I should say. That would be levels 1 through 4. I don't know if it's all the way up to 5 quite yet, but I can look actually. Yes, it is. So that's where you guys leveled up to 5, and that's where the recap video will end. Is there anything that you guys particularly remember from the first half, I guess, of the campaign so far, or any details that are lingering in your mind
From
go be
like
naked.
from that part of time? Well, Grant, I know that's lingering in your mind, but focus. I mean, obviously, like
I mean, the big lingering question is like Holt Huxley, right? Because we now know that he's probably been broken out of jail.
Definitely been broken out of jail.
There was news of some sort of event that.
Right.
We didn't even mention bringing Go back or Huxley back to jail, and
Oh, because that was very decisive. Yeah.
True. There was some big talk and big thrashing of the back of kneecaps. We don't need to go too in depth on that, but it was a big thing.
He didn't go quickly.
That probably not. Yeah, either that or he's got some like big forearm strength and he's walking like a monkey now or something. But yeah, I mean, any like from that section of the campaign so far, any favorite points or details or anything?
Sort of interested to see whatever the fuck is going on at all of the other points that Prospero has to, make it to.
Yeah, he went to.
As if we had a Blady Buffalo in Ostium, like, are we just chasing down Ostium?
True.
Are we being like a divine hitman for Crenshaw?
A divine hitman. That maybe. I mean, Prospero has done one of his other spots, so he's 2 out of 5 right now. So you can always ask him. But I mean, you'll also probably find out soon in real time.
Up to Porto Hair, baby.
Indeed.
Because we're going there.
Indeed. All right. Well, let's end her here. A nice 50-minute little recap. Who knows how helpful it was? It's probably fine. It was good. Yeah.